What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint Chrome++ Edition. We'll talk about that later, but the goal is to play on a very hard, custom, harder than Chrome difficulty. Let's start our new game. For what it's worth, if you want me to narrate any of this stuff, let me know. I know my last couple Let's Plays, I narrated all the dialogue. If you want me to do that again, let me know. Otherwise, feel free to read this at your own time, your own pace, I guess. This should allow me to get through sort of more content in any given amount of time in an episode. Well, let's do this. Obviously, we go advanced start. For some reason, I keep not choosing to disable quick start. Whatever it is, what it is. All right, so I went and looked at the backgrounds I've been using in prior Let's Plays. Ultimately, Betrayed Detective was one of the least used ones, so I get some will and tech and wound resist. I'm going to decide that I want to go for tech heavy. Strength's recoil generation is bugged to work more strongly than it should, so I'm going to try to not invest too heavily in strength, as it's a bunch of power that I sort of don't deserve. I'm going to go for some move speed and some crit chance. As far as the backgrounds are concerned, going to go for the Corp Peacekeeper, get some reaction and assault rifle accuracy, so my Cyber Knight's going to be running an AR, and I don't end up running Trigger by Wire very often. I think Blizzard's coprocessor is slightly stronger on average, but it doesn't really matter. These are pretty similar. And of course, as our background is about using an AR, of course, we're going to be using an AR, and unsurprisingly, Display Link to me is just by far the best option here as well, and so not much else to say about that one. As for appearance, I'm going to go import one. That's... Hello? There we go. That's going to be me. So, welcome Bender here. Let's go ahead and continue to the team. And as much... So, the primary reason for starting this one up again is the Wireghost came out for me about 24 hours ago. And so, Bondi is going to be joining us. Ex-student cyber criminal. Digital Finesse is cool. Minus Q Tally is obviously an incredibly strong trait to get. Get some tech out of that, which is pretty solid here overall. And feel free to read what you want to read, as well as up here as well. But of course, going to be clearly using the new hacker. That's, of course, our best option. And even though I tend to almost always go with Soren in these Let's Plays, there is a Vanguard on early offer. And so in order to have unique characters, I just tend to keep picking Soren overall. They also lightly buffed one of his talents recently, so that's kind of nice. Here's our Cyber Knight. We basically just keep going back and forth between Haze and Midnight. Blur is mechanically weaker than the other two. I think pretty clearly so. We ran Midnight last time. I'm going to run Haze here. I think it's fine. It is nice having a security officer. It means we can pay for disabling cameras, which I think is kind of nice. And I also kind of enjoy her early stat spread. High handling for XP is really nice. And a bit of mission payment, you know, not a terrible idea either. As for the last two characters, of course, with Warmachine being fairly new still, we're of course going to run Molly the Warmachine. Hopefully she lives beyond like level 5. That would be nice. That said, our last Let's Play was half XP, so she was under, you know, leveled. But Molly's going to be in this crew, and then we are going to run Zasha here. Basically, I am not certain if the tags are set up correctly for either of the non-Dade hackers to bring over the Los Sagala's compatriots. That basically Zasha and Dade are the only two that I know for sure confirmed bring the extra soldier next to Vanguard, and so bring Zasha so that she can do that for us is the primary reason there. So here is our core team, and hopefully this all goes well for us. So we're going to keep going back and forth, Syndicate Debts and Null Deal. Our last Let's Play was Syndicate Debts, so it's going to be Null Deal here as well. Don't want any tutorials. As far as difficulties, we're going to go ahead and start with Chrome. And then, look, we can make things more difficult from there. I'm going to leave these as they are. Death Res is already at 0. These are all fine. As far as payments and XP, I think I didn't really enjoy playing with Let's XP. Mission payments, let's just, you know, do more things. I'm not going to move that one down. But we can at least drag these sliders down, so it's, you know, slightly more difficult. That's going to be, like, the first plus in Chrome Plus is... only other sliders that are like enjoyable to play with that I can move, I have moved, and so that's the case there. I will also, when I get to power level 6, I will max out the health boost. Give him another 25% or another 20% more health functionally. As like a pseudo power level 11 for enemies, so I'll do that later on. And then the rest of the plus is going to be around restrictions on talents and stuff. So the read. So here's the run through of constraints that I'm going to firmly place myself. One, all forms of hard crowd control are banned. So that's all stuns and brainworm are disallowed. Two, I'm going to continue from last Let's Play. I cannot use the market for weapons or weapon mods. So I have to only use weapons that I find on the ground. I cannot use a NanoFab weapon bench, so I can make a weapon mod bench, and indeed I can make armors as well, but weapons have to only be found outside of boxes. Next one is I'm continuing the unique heavy weapons on the roster still. I actually found that pretty enjoyable. So that'll be part of the constraints is unique heavy weapons. And then I'm not going to do no field op center. I'm going to be combat power is banned in the field op center. So I can inject files and things like that, but cannot give direct combat power out there because I feel like the upfront there. The other one I think I might have mentioned is every talent that I think is meaningfully overpowered and like needing of a nerf is going to be disabled as well. So Tactical Surge is gone because I know Stuns, Atomic Stutter is gone as well. But no JTAC, no Strike Zone, things like that. So let's go ahead and start. And again, let me know if you'd rather I narrate the dialogue. Otherwise, I'm going to click through, and you can use time controls on YouTube to handle whatever dialogue you want to see. Oh yeah, and I think this is my first time running this mission since they actually replaced some of the units on this faction. So I think there's going to be a slight difficulty increase here, which will be interesting. Actually, no, I think I'm wrong about that one. They were there last time. Alrighty, so here we are. Yeah, we've got MK midweights who look to be pretty normal here overall. Nothing too spicy. Now, I've been on the mission before, and I actually already know where they all move. Normally, if you have a Vanguard, you can use a something to like track what they're doing and where they're going, but I don't have that here. So ultimately, I'm just going to come across like this. I know this person's going to be kind of annoying, but I want to get behind some cover and waiting around. And so, and yeah, these shock mines are going to be banned. So you're there. Great. These boxes are in the way such that I can let these people stand around, and I'm not going to be worried about it. Stun Strike can be banned, of course, as well. Yeah. I don't have anything else to use, so I'm going to wait. Let them run around. You're, of course, going to make my job even harder, so I can't go very far up. Maybe I could have hid. Okay, that's going to help a little bit. I can walk a bit closer now. You're turning over that way. Yeah, not having any prediction talents does make things a little bit harder for me. So I'm going to start by going here, walking up closer, and then so far Soren won on initiative. I don't know if Zasha will as well. Also, I do have leverage for turning off laser wires. I will do that. I can do that now and run in and back. I think it's going to be correct. Let's do that now. There's only one laser wire, so let's pop that. I have some leverage. And you should be fine to grab this, get the loot, and then come back around to be somewhere useful. 20k in cred chips is nice. Okay, well, let's spend 1 AP getting a little bit closer right there. And then we'll crouch for the other AP and get reasonably close. Can't really get you much closer. I can get a couple pixels. Sure. Whatever. And then Zasha can do similar stuff here. Run to there, then crouch to the next one, and then we'll figure out what these guys are going to do. But it looks like standing right there should be fine. So we do have Slash Slide. We have, and it's what's nice is it's at 7 meters and it's 2 charges, so I can get a lot here. I can pretty easily run up and hit him probably both with Slash Slide. So Molly rolled poorly on initiative. We'll see what everyone else does. Processing SenseNet data to tally. Sure. And yeah, I'm going to probably mention, yep, I've got another trick. I might help you move more freely. Of course, I already used the leverage there, but still cool. And, of course, more guards are coming in now. We're not alone. Indeed, we're not. That's fine. We're going to delay and let these guards run their turns. You're just standing around. That's fine. And then what are you doing? You're running away, which means we can actually fully bypass you and do not care at all. Just kidding. I have to care. Oh, and you saw me? Oh. That's a problem. Alright, so we've got to immediately go and get things happening. I did not realize he was going to be unsafe there. That's, not ideal. So let's plan out this turn appropriately, right? I would like to save my camera leverage for a bit later on, since there are several... Well, I guess there's only 2 cameras I would care about. I think actually... No. Let's save the AP right now. Wait, 4? What am I... Which one am I not seeing? 1, 2, 3... Oh, there's one way over there that I'm not going to look at. Okay. I think I'm going to pop leverage just to save AP. I'm going to skip the movements around. And so the plan is going to be get as much done as we can. I think it is reasonable to go for some pretty aggressive full auto shots here. This is going to be relatively efficient. So you're angry. I have this urban assault. It's going to go okay. No one else is in earshot, so all I have is 2 bullets each. Wow, you missed all 3 bullets in that person. You are truly terrible. At least I have Crimson Vector, which means I can follow up with a Claw Strike afterwards. Make sure I'm within 2 meters. I'm pretty sure I will be. That was a glancing hit, unfortunately. Second hit's going to be probably pretty mediocre. It wasn't great. You're patrolling up. Good for you. You've got to get some stuff done. I'm thinking the best version of this is going to be using a power slice and then using a single action point SMG shot. That should be pretty good damage here. Don't glance. Thank you. And then I can either run forward to get towards here with everyone else. I mean, this is pretty clearly a spot I'm going to be looking for. Or I can be allowed to actually move forward and Zasha gets this kill. And I'm kind of feeling like Zasha gets this kill. And actually I'm going to shoot. It's 2 AP no matter what. But this way she remains hidden, which is useful. So Zasha, I'm going to take only a few steps forward at a time. Let's get to here. Okay, we don't see anything new just yet. Let's keep walking forward then. This guy might be annoying. Oh, and in fact, there's a console. And it spawns guards. Okay. Oh, forgot how to deal with that one. This guy, okay, going to be one over here as well. Sure, fair enough. I think he's an upgraded enemy. That's going to be a little bit scary. There are guards everywhere. That there are. All right, well, Zasha's turn is over. Soren can walk forward. And then these guards can act on this turn. They hopefully don't get too much into our way. So the way I'm viewing this is this guy's running around on this side, and this guy's over here. The left side feels much safer to me, and so I'd rather... I mean, I gotta be careful what you're gonna do, so I need some info first. But I want to come up these steps here and deal with you on that side. So I'm gonna hit delays. Actually, you know what? If I can make Shadow work, I can get a lot of free coverage here and drag them away. That would be ideal. You're patrolling. I'm going to just keep waiting. Okay, you're over that way, which is fine. Actually, it gives me a pretty good line on using Shadow, so I'm gonna do what I can for that. Molly should be... Yeah, let's not run that way. Let's run here. That seems fine. That should be quite safe. Good for you. Soren, I do want to use Shadow. The question I have is, if I run here and I throw Shadow over there, is it going to work? Let's find out. Let's go there. And then... It doesn't go far enough. Okay. It's not... I think we just run down. I think it's going to be okay. It's a little bit scary, actually. Maybe I just drag you over and say, hey, why don't you just come step down? So let me turn on vision cones. You should see pretty directly down this way. So if I shadow you to, like, over here, you should pretty strongly walk down those stairs. Okay, so you're going to run down there, which will give me a little bit more space to work with. Could maybe bypass this guard entirely. I'm not sure, though. There's a lockbox here we'd like to loot if we can. Alternative option would be trying to get Zasha to, like, gank this person. Should I come down to here? But this guy's going to see the patrol. I don't think it's worth it. We'll just have Zasha sprint over towards this this kiosk and figure it out later. I'm not sure I did the best planning here, but it's fine. And now we have reinforcements coming in behind us. We'll need a blue key to open that door. Well, you can kill the captain, or this loot box right there almost certainly has it. Not the end of the world. Next turn comes up. Yeah, he's standing around. Of course, we still have to kill him at some point. Oh, no, sorry. The captain is going to spawn down here as the blue key. Okay. So we should let you run away. Right, we're in no rush here. You're going to keep going around in your patrol. Okay. That's fine. I think I can leave Soren where he is. This should block line of sight, and he's going to be fine. So I'm going to just wait around. Zasha, similarly. You're going to go investigate Shadow, then come back. That's just fine. A little bit to go until the tally rises, or the security level overall rises. I can't yield the right amount, unfortunately. I can't, like, delay behind Zasha to see what she does, so... what's the plan? I think the plan is legit have my entire team go up here. That way we can get to this loot box. And we can dodge... We can probably dodge this person entirely. That would be ideal. I think we send Soren up like this. And so, yeah, I think I want to send the team up this way. Zasha's going to solo this and come back down. Maybe go up here. I'm not sure. Or this step. Right, whichever one. But yeah, I think bringing the team up this way makes sense to me. I will say, luring guards away is really, really nice. It's just a very satisfying set of talents. Let's see. I potentially go faster if I glitch up this wall. And then I go over that way. That should make it. Actually, you know what? It's... What is the actual fastest way to go through all this? Because this is like a pretty hard diagonal. So if I go here, glitch should be a savings if I go that way. I'm not even sure I went farther than I would have otherwise, but whatever. Then Zasha. Yeah, there's no way to get it from here, so spend 4 AP to get to the console. Hello. Accessing. I don't believe it. And that's our guy. Here's our Cyberknight in a cryopod. Alright, well, we can now control that thing and move it around. It's done for the current turn. Has no action points. Understandable. And, okay. So far, so good. Corpses are not running out this turn. They will run out eventually. Not this turn either, which is kind of good news. Yep, you still stand around, but at some point must be killed. I would like to sneak past where this guard's going to go. I'm just not 100% sure what they're going to do. So if this person is done already, if they've already made it to the location, they're going to run to here. Okay, what I'm going to do is still go for delays here. The reason why is I might need to white noise to make sure we can run past and it's fine. So I'm going to let everybody act. Yeah, you're on the way back. We'll see if I have to white noise you or not. I don't know yet. Zasha would get heard. Yes. Okay. Molly is obviously safe where she is. Let's go send the medical gurney up. I mean, she's probably not going to turn around anytime soon, but let's still generally move toward the team. I'm a little afraid of getting spotted. That would count as cover, which seems reasonable enough to me. I think that's acceptable. It's also nice and silent. I believe that will block line of sight. I don't know for sure, actually. But yeah, I need to white noise you so you don't hear the footsteps, and then off we go. I believe you will not see me, but that's not a hard guarantee, so fingers crossed for me. Zasha can simply run up. This is going to block line of sight, so I'm not too worried about what the guards are going to look at. But still hug this side of the map. And then Molly, of course, can run straight forward as well. So behind that wall looks pretty safe. We can ambush this guy, no problem, I'm pretty sure. We should be alright. Alright, so far so good. Still no escalation. Body timers will run out, end of next turn, so we will get an escalation, but that's going to be fine. We'll be pretty far away from whatever matters. Turn 6 SenseNet data. Yep, nothing from the AI yet. Cameras turn on. Here's the new guards. You still know nothing. That's good news for me. And of course, yeah, here's all these guys. The middleweight's in a new captain. The mech lead here. He's got priority report. Then there's the MK Crusher, who's just a guy with good armor. Alright. I think for the most part we wait. You're already done. I want to know what you're going to do. And then these guys shouldn't be dangerous yet. You already had your turn. Okay, you did nothing. Got it. Let's see. So if I go to here, I get a couple of attacks. 16 meters should be relatively accurate. I think all we can try to do is just offload as much damage as possible, so I don't see a better time than now. Let's go. We get our surprise target damage, and now we get our guaranteed glancing hit, which, honestly, well done. That was some good shooting by you. Yep, you found some corpses, so we get some extra tally for obvious reasons, as corpses get found. Zasha is my fastest runner, if I recall correctly. I think running her up to there is fine. Echo Jammer, there's the blue key, there's some patient files. That all seems fine. Blue key in hand. You're gonna have to... Oh, no, you don't have to crouch. You are just far enough away to not get heard. That's good news. Yeah, you can run out like this. That seems fine. Gamma's gonna move. He's gonna go back this way. Nope. That's good for me. He's clearing out. This guy's going to be a little bit tough. Without stuns, it'll be pretty annoying to deal with him. I might want to wait another full turn. I'm not 100% sure. I guess I should wait any... Actually, I can't wait. I'm at 10. I can't do any delays here. Okay. So I'm going to go there. If I had a second charge of white noise, there's a road that would be useful. And then, yep, you're also angsty about these corpses. And the nice thing is, because you guys saw something that scares you, you're now busy investigating that and not doing anything else special. So Gurney goes forward towards there. I'm still behind some cover. Still don't know for sure if this guy's going to be scary to me or not, but hopefully it's okay. White noise moves. Fatality reported, indeed. 2 tally otherwise. The nice thing is, yes, we get an escalation. There's nothing on the escalation tab, and then Gamma's being sent to go investigate that corpse. So he is going to go run up here. Don't know what anyone else is doing yet. This guy is a little bit scary. He's tanky, and... Okay, you are angry. That's bad for me. We got to get this kill or somehow book it. Unsurprisingly, this one does not block line of sight all the way. Range is too bad for that to work, so I've got to get a lot closer. I think I ideally go down to about 3 action points. That's going to be acceptable. But the nice thing is, actually, yeah, the ranged weaponry is going to be really awkward here overall. I can try to outrun you, but that seems really not worth it. This is very tanky, so I'm not too worried about, like, him dying. But if these guys run down, I'm going to get really caught up in this. This could get pretty crappy. I probably should have just tried to kill this guy. Because, yeah, you see the gurney, and now I'm sad. And people are already spotted, so it's not like they're only shooting the medical stretcher. So, you're going to do what you can. 50% to hit ain't great. That really sucks. Okay, thankfully you're hunting randomly around the corpses, and you're not running really quickly toward us. That's really good news. He is on patrol, though, and that's going to make things problematic because he's going to get closer and closer to us. At least he's going to run away, but this is not ideal. It's funny, he actually does make footstep noises. Well, I'm just going to stand it here. For now, it's fine, but yeah, this captain is going to move somewhere, and I'm going to be really sad about it. That's going to become an issue, almost certainly. Okay, do I have any way of being useful here? Really not at all. And I have no stuns available, so this is like... This is super not good for me. If you go to here, is it decent? 17 meters is not that bad for this gun, right? It's not great. I want to shoot once from here. Actually, it's because I get surprise. I get 2 more shots at 50%. Oh, and he heard gunfire. I think we just send it. We're going to escalate, and people are going to be sent to go investigate us, and it's going to be really bad. The alternative is run to here and get 1 shot at not much better accuracy. Also, you high-rolled initiative, almost certainly. Here, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to yield back. I'm going to let Molly try. This is a surprise target, and so we're going to create some noise. It's going to be some gunfire, but I need this kill. Down you go. Right, this guy reports gunfire exactly once. So we have 2 reports of gunfire, but the other character isn't around. And then on a future turn, you can, like, go try to fight. And then Zasha, we're just going to park you in here with everybody else. And look, because of 2 reports of gunfire, 2 guards are going to be sent to go investigate. I just don't know which 2. Okay, you can't hear footsteps, not that it matters. So the mech lead is running to intercept. That's bad. He's the tanky one. These guys are all busy, thankfully, but... Yeah, so you're going to basically run towards us. Yep, you're going to see us too. Yep, you're angry. And so the scary thing is, this guy almost certainly, if he chooses to investigate... I mean, he might choose not to. Right? I don't know for sure. But if he chooses to investigate, he's going to share... angry status with this guy. Alright, you know what it's time for? It's time for using combat drugs. I mean, I could hope this guy does nothing. This guy needs to be killed for sure. Like, he's actually a real problem. The bat might be slightly better than melee, just because I get the pure damage. And I can't yield the right amount to go after this guy. Like, somebody has to, like, not do anything. And it's like, and it's Zasha, actually. Okay, so here's the problem. This guy rolled a 17, and he's going to, like, damage us heavily. Right, like, he's got a full auto urban assault. And he can priority report and get even more tally, which is a problem. Meanwhile, this guy, if I run out to fight, he's going to attack me. And so the weird state I'm in is like, I want to risk him not seeing me and hope I get lucky. I really want to risk that. The problem is, though, if he's like, not actually it's combat time, I'm going to get absolutely blasted. But I can't, thing is, he's going starter next turn, and there's like no way around that one. I mean, like, maybe I get lucky on initiative rolls, of course. This guy is... The problem is I'd have to use, like, I'd have to, like, make Zasha shoot an SMG, which sucks. This guy has to die. This guy, the problem as well is this guy might get 2 turns, right? He's going on 10, and he might outroll us on a future turn. And if he does walk forward, it's really bad. Does Zasha have Aegis? She has Deflection Field. It's not the end of the world. It's 1 AP, but like... Okay, I think we're just going to YOLO it. I'm going to take my drugs here. Actually, the drugs don't really matter. I'm getting 2 attacks anyway. This won't change that, right? What initiative is useful? No, the initiative is too useful. Going early next turn, potentially, is worth too much. So, you're a real boy. But Zasha can go for that, I think. You're the more... Actually, here's the thought. You're the more heavily armored one. So no, I think it's actually here. I think because you have a bat, you fight the guy with high armor. And then Zasha fights the guy with slightly lower armor. And might get the kill that way. Okay, that's the play here. Run up. You're angry. Strike 1. That was a glance. That sucked. Strike 2 will be better, but not good enough. It's going to be better than claw attacks. Okay, at least he's low. Soren is not allowed to yield here. That strike always kills. And we let Zasha solo this guy and use whatever tool she needs to use if things get funky. Sword is better than going for SMG here for sure. You actually glanced that? You are garbage. My entire team sucks at initiative. Alright, well, Zasha, guess what? You've got to go clean up their mess. I'd love to get in range for 4 AP. That's not going to happen, though. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Then the play is go here, strike, and then deflection field and hope it's good enough. If I go here, is Slash Slide going to reach? Yes. Okay, Slash Slide is an improvement then. I'm going to go as far away as I can. She can't kill and she's not going to win on initiative. Okay, do I need to Slash Slide then? What am I thinking here? Yeah, I mean, he's going at 10, so I have to take this kill. Run into here says I can strike once, then deflection field. Or here says I can do it. What's the best place to put the field down? I don't think I can block him fully. I don't think I can, like, block all of his, like, line of sight and everything, so... It's... I think it is just, like, stand right about here. Yeah, they just stand right there. Swipe with the sword. Down you go. Deflection field, and we bring it as close in as we can to block as many angles. Actually, I need to yield. Need my medical cart to move. And now, I mean, he can definitely run over here and still shoot, but... Something like that's about as good as we're going to get. He can still run to here. He could still run to here. Could have aimed it a little bit farther left maybe, but this is what we've got. Next turn comes in. He does not have line of sight. Excuse me? I guess his elbow is poking out? I don't know. Maybe it's not a bug or whatever, but like, I'll call it feedback. Deflection field lets people be way more targetable than I think they should. My EX here got shot when that doesn't really seem fair to me. That is unfortunate. Oh well. It is what it is. Alright. Well. Yeah, he priority reported. Understandable. I could go for these kills. The question is, how confident am I that we can all get out during this turn? It'll be close, but I don't know if the medical gurney makes it. So you'd make it no problem. So would my EX and everybody else. You're kind of useless. You're kind of useless. Molly would obviously make it. Medical cart makes it? Okay, we're done. Well, Soren got shot once. Not the end of the world. Maybe he didn't deserve to, but it is what it is. The important thing is we made it out. Wasn't too bad. Definitely got a bit spicy. Not being able to use things like Stun Strike, pretty meaningful there. We've got Bender, and we made it. We are out of here. Okay. A relatively quick mission, 30 minutes. Gonna go ahead to our safe house, and... how long will it take to recover? How would you do this? And again, feel free to read at your own pace. So let's go ahead and dig up Tosca's past. Could get injured, which is unfortunate. But he's still going to be really good at this. He's the best one, so I think we run it anyway. And hope it goes well. No comms in or out. Let's clean some rooms. I like going for the middle ones first. I don't know why, I just always do. Here's my Cyberknight. I'm ready to respec. Oh, right, I'm inactive because I'm injured. That makes sense. I'm going to respec you then. So Fidget the Grind is not useful at all in the early game. Can't do anything with it. Okay, so one of my other talent constraints that I put for myself here is I must always strive to hit talent cap. Which means I can't always hyper-focus on individual talents. I have to go and branch out and hit talent cap here. So the way to do that is going to be going here, and then I'll handpicked later on. But I have Dealmaker, I have Co-Conspire, I have Care and Feeding. I'm going to grab Handpicked, then move up and grab Puppet Master. In my next couple of levels. Level 2, I can get these two. Level 3, I can go here. And level 4, I can start upgrading things, getting the bonus influence. That's going to be the sort of initial plan here. I do want to pretty much jam Co-Conspire as much as I can. That's going to be useful. Can't respect you yet. Going to my Agent EX, go for similar stuff here. I think White Noise cooldown, not really needed, but I do want to keep using White Noise, though I think it can be quite good. I want to try to convince myself to use Glitch and see if I can make that one feel good as well. I, of course, like Line Crawler. I just really like pathing up the right-hand side because I like both Shadow and Signal Grift. I should invest pretty moderately in Line Crawler and Shadow, and then, yeah, figure out the rest, so... we go up here. I have 1 point left to spend. I could learn Glitch, but I'm going to move towards Supremacy and Smokescreen first instead. That'll be the opening for you. For Molly, similar boat here. She's unequipped because she's no longer has her combat drugs. These have to get sold, by the way. I'm not allowed to use Shock Mines. I guess you can have an Echo Jammer. Why not? As for your class training, I'm not allowed to use stun strikes. We're going to get rid of that. I think Berserk Haze is a little bit low value super early on. Red Line is kind of goated. Burn Surge is unfortunately, at least today, bugged to not reduce your HP. So what I'm going to do instead is go this way and grab Predator Reflex. And then, I mean, the weird thing is, like, again, Stun Strike would be a completely dead node for me. So I have to unfortunately do quite a lot of pathing to go out and grab Overheat and Ash Protocol, which I do want, by the way. I think these are reasonably useful. And also, Molly doesn't have a pulse generator, so these are all... Well, I guess, sorry, these are not useful. Silent Stalker is real, though. I might actually grab that as a result. Berserk Haze, I think, is fine. But I kind of want to go here and grab Predator Reflex. I kind of want to grab Ash Protocol and Overheat. I do kind of want to grab Baseline Silent Stalker. I think the upgrades are pretty mediocre. They only last for one attack. And so I think the upside of a little bit of bonus damage for one attack is not quite there. I think it's a little bit low. Not 100% sure yet. I don't even have to make the choice right now, but at some point the respec window ends, so I should be a little cautious. Honestly, Berserk Haze, I probably should learn it. It's just +1 charge of stuff. It's some initiative, which is good. Let's grab it, and then I'm going to move toward grabbing Predator Reflex through the middle here. That way, basically I like this node more than I like this node. Maybe I shouldn't. Initiative is actually really good, but Strength is a good stat. Anyway, as it stands, Kinetic Spear is also really good, by the way. I should be pretty willing to grab that. Maybe I should go through the middle, actually. Going through the middle gives me Kinetic Spear, which is really, really good. And then I would skip that one, which would make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, this is a better node than this node is, right? So, okay, this is our pathing. Then we'll go this way. And out through here. Grab this, come down, grab that. Something like that. Figured out, but for now this is okay. Cybersword. Class training, respec you as well. Do want to hit talent cap, so we go there for the first, what, 4 talents, then we can move up toward Aegis, and that's fine. And then I would eventually, you know, start trying to cap out Slash Slide, and maybe move into Preempt, Shield to Rush, things like that. Sure Parry has slightly lower value, I think, but we'll see. For now, we'll just cap out our talent cap. And then here's our Wireghost. Okay, it is time to talk about Wireghost. The opening setup here is Security Siphon. Security Siphon is basically Jam Kit. But if you siphon something and then you use Skipjack, you reveal the SCU. Skipjack basically is hack in a matrix through a security device, spawning at the security control unit. But that's Security Siphon, right? You can get radius, you can get charges, you know, whatever, right? You can also make it a 3-turn jam kit, which is kind of nice. Ghost Distortion is pretty much I am invisible for a turn. Crit chance for 1 attack. Some things are not skipped, so be careful, but I'm invisible to enemies. I lower the AP cost and gain 1 move point. Sure, seems totally reasonable. Gives you a lot of, you know, stealth power. Kill switch, very cool. It switches the alignment of prox mines and laser wires. You can make it last for an eternity, but this is usually going to be enough to feel good about, is what I guess to be true. I don't know for sure. Manifest Trace is reveal a loot box. Personally, we'll never learn this. But if you want it, you certainly can. It's right there. Then Radio Silence is an enemy cannot make security reports. It also kills Overwatch, which is kind of nice. So that's also pretty cool. That's really useful. The debuff of, you know, for a turn or so, two turns of 10 crit vuln is a reasonable upgrade. 5 evasion a little bit low, but 10 crit vuln is about right for a single target debuff here. For an upgrade node, it seems decent enough. Again, Skipjack is connected to a device, connect to a host through a device. You can make the AP cost 0. I would not bother. Phantom Slide is go to a node in a straight line, and then gain Matrix AP. And you can generate spectral tokens. We'll talk about that more later. But you can use those tokens to basically destroy ice in the node. Crash Pad is just your immune to Dump Shock with a low cooldown and quite a few charges. Keep in mind, Skipjack is -12 connection per action, so Dump Shock is very likely on you. Q Protocol is a fun one. If you take an action and you had low connection, get some connection back and generate a token. You can generate more connection, and you can generate more tokens. considering every action is -12, it's going to pop pretty often. And so getting a second and third charge, getting a 3-turn cooldown, probably worthwhile. Trapkeeper is fun. It's just hard remove an enemy trap. Capture and destroy. I'm not sure if capture and destroy is going to be something that would normally generate tally. I mean, destroy normally generates tally, but capture implies that it might be like turned off first. I am unsure. I haven't tested this yet. But if you do capture a trap, you get +2 tokens. Pretty fun stuff there. You also get 10 AP if you do so. So you have ways of printing AP, right? And then, surviving the dump shock at the very end, so you can get a lot done. So there's those 5. Now we get to the primary token generator. Just gain 3 tokens. And tokens, by the way, are basically scapegoat tokens. They block escalation on ice stat. Considering that Phantom Slide is destroy ice, considering Trapkeeper is destroy ice, Spectral Dagger helps guarantee that you don't lose out on stuff. Also, you can gain 10 AP when you use the active. You can get a 4th token, you get a second charge, you can get 8 tokens. It's your AP, so you can just basically start every hack with 8 tokens if you spend the +6. Pin drop is teleport to somewhere randomly. Nuke everything there based on number of tokens, as well as get some connection health back. You can get more connection health back. You can make the random teleport not go to useless nodes, although someone on Discord was reporting today that this was not working. At least it was working. They were still somewhat showing up on firewalls. And then you can get even more connection to be like, no, I'm going to teleport around. I'm going to, have another 2 actions to spend, no problem. Don't worry about it. Unlink is a little bit like Trapkeeper in that it is a specific ice disruption button. This one specifically says, take any active ice and just send it somewhere else. If so, gain a token and get some connection back. You can also get even more connection back, which is fine, I guess. Second, third charge, not bad. But yeah, it basically says wherever you are, you can get rid of traps to get rid of actives, and then figure out the rest later, which I think is pretty cool. You can get a bunch of connection repair and a bunch of IO back, but it uses up all your tokens. If you want, you can get even more IO back, but now you have a chance of getting stress or injury. And then you can, lock behind this, you can get even more connection, you can get even more IO if you want. But honestly, if you ever run out of tokens, you just deck bending, you're like, cool, I have another several actions I can go spend. This seems pretty worthwhile. Baseline cooldown of 4, not that bad. Cash burn is basically null op, but it uses tokens as well. So it does burn up 2 tokens, but the baseline here is straight up null op. You can drop the AP to 0. You can get 20% more damage. But then you can also be like, do the thing that Phantom Slide and Pin Drop does, which is deal 10 damage per spectral token to really guarantee they're all dead. Now, it does use up 2 tokens, but you have yet another way of nuking all the ice there, which pretty powerful stuff. So I don't know what the right build is for this class. I think you definitely take Security Siphon. I think definitionally, Security Siphon, well, I guess if you're going to use Skipjack rather, definitionally the things that you siphon are going to be turned off by the SCU afterwards. But of course not all are going to be in that case. But what I'm thinking, obviously I go Skipjack. What I noticed as well for the attribute nodes is that these all have IO on them, and then these just have Matrix AP. And so I think this is like a stronger set of nodes. But also you really want Trapkeeper and Unlink. And so it's like, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to get 6 talents. It doesn't take too long to get to, but we'd have to get all the way there. I'm going to start by going up to this. I think it's good. I'm going to grab Spectral Dagger as well. I don't know if this is right. I truly don't know. Do not quote me as this is a good build, because I do not know. But I am going to move up towards Unlink, and I'm going to move up toward Trapkeeper. Probably Trapkeeper first. I can learn it at level 2. And then at level 4, I can get to here. And then I'm going to start trying to figure out ways of nuking everything. Phantom Slide, Pin Drop, Cash Burn, things like that. These are also not the greatest nodes, whereas this one at least has IO. And you're already coming this way already, so it's like, bam, I'm at deck bending, or I have to go around like this, which is really ugly, and I don't need flat AP usually. So I ideally, would path up this way and get my Spectral Token damage, which I believe is going to be a really good attribute node. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to guess that to be true. Again, I'm basically sight reading this. I couldn't tell you for sure. But that's going to be my opening spec, is Security Siphon, Skipjack, and Q Protocol. That said, honestly, Spectral Dagger is doing nothing for me because I'm not blowing up any ice right now. I'm not blowing up literally anything. So I might... Yeah, I'm going to respec again. I'm going to go this way. Only because I literally can't use tokens for anything. And I would rather get Trapkeeper online and then rush, unlink, and, you know, then figure stuff out. But for now, I don't really have use for Spectral tokens because I'm not doing any offensive actions, really. I don't know if what I'm doing is good. Truly don't know, but we'll see what happens. That is my team until my Cyber Knight can heal. We're already digging parts out of the base. You scared us. What happened? I have some big news. A lot of dialogue here. We shot up a McKellen Biolab. We did indeed. You built this team, picked us all for good reasons. We built this team. Our budget's gonna balloon. We need a heist. We have Mothball op ready. Great. Tosk has questions. He definitely has answers. Hasn't sent headhunters after us. I assume he wants to talk more than kill us. Go back to bed. And of course, Mothball op ready at some point. Looks like we're no longer injured, so let's go respec our Cyber Knight. Gonna start here as per usual. And then, yeah, for me, Tactical Surge is banned as one of the talents I think is significantly overpowered by roughly double. I think if they halved the total power of this, it would be balanced even for a Cyber Knight talent. Just my read. Feel how you want. Atomic Thunder is banned due to the no hard crowd control rule, so that one's gone as well. So I can learn Steamroll. I'm already at my talent limit, so I've got to go, you know, figure out what I want to spend points on. And I'm going to go ahead and invest in Steamroll here. And my Cyber Knight's going to be a killer. We're going to give my team a bunch of move speed, move points and stuff. And that should be pretty fun. And then afterwards, we're going to go invest in Downer. Then move up here and invest in Rewind. And then next talent's going to be probably Centering. And then I might end up going through Centering through Quantum Assault, which is not that good, don't get me wrong. But it's way faster pathing than spending 1, 2, 3... I think it's, well, it's not much faster. 1, 2, 3 to Cardio Jolt. It's a 4th, and then a 5th, and then I get to Ult Pump. Or 1, 2, 3, and I'm at Ult Pump. If I want a Cardio Jolt and Ult Pump, it's not really any different, right? 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, and then this node's the same no matter what. So I'll think about it a little bit, what I want to do, but it is nice having the, like, slight, you know, death de-risking. Unfortunate thing, by the way, is I can't get to sync without learning Atomic Stutter or Tactical Surge. I don't want to waste a talent point on a talent I'm unable to use via challenge rules, so I will probably end up going towards the Ult Pump Cardio Jolt side of things, and, you know, these will be my talents, basically. That's going to be the goal, basically. Okay, cool. So, at some point, we have to have this happen and have this happen. I'll keep doing base management for now. Actually, a couple more things to do before I go too much farther forward. I went to the wrong place, sorry. I need to get rid of any stuns. I'm unable to use them. So that's the Shock Mine going away. And that means you're going to have HE Grenade, because why not? That seems fine. Can't use the market for weapons and weapon mods. I'm still digging out room, so time goes forward. You look terrible, Zasha. Aren't you due another treatment soon? If I was still in the UKF, would have had one months ago. When does he run out? I was 6-0. My team was going for the top. I was coming for the belt. I can't let that go. Got a list of names, like what's coming to them. It kind of saved my life. UKF was a one-way ticket to dead. Nah, list of names. Well, she has Neuro Rot, which we sadly cannot fix. One thing I forgot to do, it's my bad, is you actually can take some of your contacts and you can co-conspire with some of them and get that to create an early mission for you. You see some of these can, some of these cannot. Right, obviously if they have negative trust, we don't like them. Some of them don't have any missions available to them. Could work with Joe, could work with Vertigo. Vertigo, of course, does have Street Wetware rank 2. We could get more stuff there. You're, of course, missing. But generally speaking, I think co-conspiring with a Wireghost is pretty nice. I think it's pretty much guaranteed you get a bodyguard job. And so I should have done it sooner, because now we've like spent several days here and not started the cooldown. But I'm going to co-conspire and get a new mission. It is a bodyguard job. That is what I wanted to see. And as we're about an hour in, oh right, I've got to also clean my rooms up here, so let me not forget that. I do want a nano scrubber. Let's go ahead and dig out the power here. And then for the command HQ, kind of a similar boat, to be honest. If I dig out power here, I can upgrade it. I really like getting early command HQ to level 2, so I can do 3 rooms at once, so doubling up on these. Nano scrubber itself, right, takes 4 days, and with this it takes 5, so this is not going to be too big of a problem here. Once this is done, we'll go here and do something else. But for now, this is fine. And then whenever this is done, right, whoever's working on that works on the command HQ. Okay, we can go ahead and get some dirt or answers from Tosca. I don't remember anything. You spliced it into my spine. Willing to hear whatever you have to say. You're either going to do the job, or I will send headhunters to come collect my property from your spine. Alright, what's the job then? You got a, Quantum Rider, so yeah. Next Quant from Night Horizon. Tell me about Quants. We will boost this Quant for you. But we have Epi-X injectors to keep him safe. The Stray Light flip ready to be planned in a few days. Let's go ahead and see if this guy can be in a good state. Clean room is... I don't have money. Okay, so... can I sell things such that I can afford this? I need 9k. I can sell some of these for sure. Alright, Nano Scrubber has begun. And I'm going to stop here because I'm going to need to earn money. So we'll figure out how this legwork goes. We'll run this bodyguard job. We could run the bodyguard job first, theoretically, but I'd like to run my Wireghost in the mission itself. So we stop here. We look to run the bodyguard job. We dig up dirt on Tosca, and we upgrade our base as we can. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.